Hi, I'm Adrienne Kempf, General Manager for Parallel Wines here in Napa Valley, California. Welcome to our single wine tasting video series. These are short on-demand videos where I taste one wine at a time. You can go to our website, parallelwines.com, click on the shop, purchase bottles, and when they arrive to you, come back and taste alongside with me. So here we are in our virtual tasting room today to taste our 2018 Chardonnay. And if you've watched a few of these videos, you know that I love to put in kind of cheesy, funky, virtual backgrounds to complement the wine that I'm tasting. So this is the 2018 Chardonnay. Those are actually the 2018 Chardonnay grapes while they were still on the vine before harvest that year. So you can see how beautifully ripe and plump that they're getting on the vine. So we were super excited about this vintage. It's set to release in just a few weeks, but pre-sold out in early February, right when we were bottling it. However, at the end of this video, I share a little bit of information about how to get on the wait list for a 3-bottle allocation. So hang in with me for a few minutes to hear about the wine and then more about getting on the allocation list. So first, a few notes about the 2018 vintage. It was another fantastic growing season all the way around in Napa Valley for Chardonnay, for Cabernet, and all the varietals grown here. We had a beautifully warm summer without any major heat spikes. Near ideal conditions again, with volumes up 20 to 30% over previous years. And this includes for the vineyard that we source from for this 100% Chardonnay. Fruit is coming from Bald Mountain in Napa Valley. So this mountain range is actually part of the Mayacamas on the western side of Napa Valley. Just northeast of Kenwood is where the vineyard is located. If you're a fan of our Chardonnay, you may be familiar with previous vintages coming from Sonoma Valley, specifically the Russian River Valley. This one special year, we decided to source from Napa Valley in honor of our 10th anniversary of our Chardonnay. If you know Parallel, we were started in 1999, and our first vintage of Cabernet was in 2003, and then the Chardonnay followed 4 years later in 2007, and it was from Napa Valley. And ever since then, we moved to Sonoma Valley. So in honor of that 10th year milestone, we thought we'd go back to Napa Valley to source the fruit for just 1 year. But don't worry, this vintage has the same beautiful French Philippe Melka style that it has always had. We brought in about 2 tons of fruit for this vintage, all harvested on September 25th that year. Whole cluster pressed at Brasswood, that's our winemaking and hospitality home in St. Helena, Napa Valley. Was fermented in French oak barrels, the oak coming from the forests in Burgundy. Went through partial malolactic fermentation to help soften the wine, but still maintaining that crisp, light finish. Then we aged in French oak puncheons. So this is an oak barrel that is about twice the size of a normal wine barrel. So you're just getting a little bit of oak on the wine, but still, again, maintaining that really bright, clean finish. So we bottled this, as I mentioned, February this year. We got just 100 cases from this vintage. So that's a little bit more than our last vintage of Chardonnay, but not too much, which is why it sold out so quickly. So I actually brought a piece of white paper so you could really see the beautiful color on this wine. Just beautiful straw golden color there. Very nice and bright. Has on the nose a definite tropical, green, lush, little citrusy, and I think that is going to follow through on the palate. Yum, indeed. Super light, crisp. This is a wonderful summer wine. Not heavy, not oaky, not buttery, just really light and beautiful. So I have a little pairing here. I do 2 different tastings at Brasswood, or as I mentioned, our hospitality home. Kind of disappearing, the cheese is disappearing into the grapes. There it is. So for the lunch pairing with the Chardonnay, Brasswood actually makes its own homemade mozzarella, fresh house-made mozzarella. So I pair this with their arancini that has that mozzarella inside. So the beautiful, light, creamy mozzarella with a little bit of basil pesto. It's a really perfect combination. The pine nuts and the pesto kind of really bringing out the oak side of this Chardonnay. And then the other tasting I do includes a couple different cheeses, but this one I'm pairing here is an aged manchego. So just light, creamy, and then some almonds, which is also a great complement to this wine. As I mentioned, this wine is scheduled to release in just a few weeks. It's sold out to the wine club and people who had already pre-purchased a 3-bottle allocation. However, if you're interested in getting a few bottles, you can go to our website and go to the shop that I mentioned, parallelwines.com. Then click on the shop and purchase a spot on the wait list for a 3-bottle allocation. So when we go to ship to the wine club and to those others who have purchased a 3-bottle allocation, if somebody for whatever reason decides not to take it, we may actually have a few bottles left to sell. So a good thing to get on the waiting list, put your deposit down. And if you don't get it, of course, you'll be refunded. And if you do, then you just pay the balance and you will get your 3 bottles. So if you have any questions about the Chardonnay or any of our wines, I'd love to hear from you. Please contact me by email or phone. Go to the website and you can get all my contact information there. You'll also find other single wine tasting videos as well as information about upcoming live tastings and our private online tasting experience all at our website. Click the Meet Us link at the top of the page. And thanks so much for watching this video today. Cheers.